Okay, so let's look at this question under ratio. So we have the ratio of girls to boys in a mixed school is 5 to 6. On a rainy day, 1 over 6 of the girls and 1 over 4 of the boys were absent. If the total number of pupils present that day was 390, how many pupils of this school were boys? So, solution, let us represent the value of the number of girls and boys present in algebraic form, since we know that the ratio of girls to boys, let's write it this way: G girls to boys is 5 to 6. So since the mention the girls first, the ratio for 5 will be for girls and 6 will be for boys. So writing it out, I have 5 to 6. And to represent the value or the number of girls and boys algebraically, because I can't give you an exact value now, we have to give you the value of the girls and boys in algebraic form. I will multiply the ratio of the girls and the boys with the same factor. That's how ratio is done. So times, let me say times p, and this one times p, the same factor. So I will end up having the value for girls will now be 5p, and the value for the boys will now be 6p, because 5 times p is 5p and 6 times p gives you 6p. So we are going to assume that the number of girls in that school is 5p and the number of boys in that school is 6p. So going forward, they said that 1 over 6 of the girls and 1 over 4 of the boys were absent. So let's first of all find 1 over 6 of the girls. That's 1 over 6 of 5p. Let me do that in a rough book so that I'll have enough space here to solve. So 1 over 6 of the girls and 1 over 4 of the boys were absent. So let me start with this one: 1 over 6 of the girls, and I know the value for the girls here is 5p. So 1 over 6 of 5p, that's 1 over 6 times, of course, we're going to say times 5p. You can put this 1 over 1, and I'll get, since nothing can cut out, 1 times 5p is 5p over 6 times 1 is 6. So this is 1 over 6 of 5p. But they said 1 over 6 of the girls and 1 over 4 of the boys were absent. So I still have to remove this value from the original value 5p to know the ones that were present, since they said 1 over 6 of the girls and 1 over 4 of the boys were absent. So I have found 1 over 6 of the value of the girls. So that's 1 over 6 of 5p, which is this. This is a number that was absent. So I need to find the remaining that will be in the class by removing this one from the original value, since this value were the ones that were absent. So I'll just say 5p minus 5p over 6. I can put this 1 over 1 and get the LCM. The LCM here will be 6. 6 divided by this 6 is 1. 1 times 5p is 5p, minus 6 divided by 1 is 6. Then that 6 times this 5p gives me 30p. So I have 30p minus 5p gives me 25p over this same 6. So this is the value of the number of girls now present, since 1 over 6 of the girls and 1 over 4 of the boys were absent. So I'm on this 1 over 6 of the girls actually. So that's it. So let me go to the boys now. They also said 1 over 4 of the boys were absent, and this is the value for the boys. So I need to find 1 over 4 of this to know the number of boys that were absent. So that's 1 over 4 of 6p. Of course, I will have 1 over 4 times 6p, everything over 1. Then I can say 2 in 6 is 3, and 2 in 4 is 2. I will end up having 1 times 3p gives me 3p over 2 times 1 gives me 2. So I have this as the value of the number of boys that were absent. Now let's find the number of boys that will now be remaining in the class. That means I have to remove this one from the original value of the number of boys, which is 6p. So I'll just say 6p minus 3p over 2. I can put this 1 over 1. Then I'll find the LCM, which is 2, LCM of the denominators. So this 2 divided by this 2 is 1. 1 times 3p gives me my 3p, minus 2 divided by 1 is 2. Then 2 times 6p is 12p. So 12p minus 3p gives me 9p over this 2. So this is the value of students. This is the number of students, number of boys remaining in the class after 1/4 of them were absent. So I have this value remaining in the class for girls. This is for girls. And this is for the boys, not the value, the number of students for the boys that are remaining in the class. So, and of course we are doing this because of what is said in the question. So they said, if the total number of pupils present that day was 390, of course we know that this is the total number of people present now. These were the number of girls present and the number of boys present. That day was 390. How many pupils of this school were boys? So definitely I'm going to have this plus this to give me my 390. Since this value is the number of girls present that day and this is the number of boys present that day, I have to add them together to give me my 390 according to the question. So I'll end up having 25, this 25p over 6. So 25, write this one properly, 25p over 6 plus the one for the boys, 9p over 6 over 2, 9p over 2 equals to the 390, equals to 390. Then of course this is simple algebra. I'll multiply through by the LCM. So the LCM of 6 and 2 is 6. So times 6 times 6 and times 6. So 6 cancels this 6. I'm left with 25p. 25p. Oh, let me write this one properly. 25p plus 2 in 6 is 3. Then 3 times 9p is 27p equals to, then 390 times 6 will give me 2,340 if you use your calculator. Then I end up having 25 plus 27. I have 52p equals 2,340. If I now divide both sides by 52, I'll end up having p equals, if you divide this by this, you're going to get 45. And that's not the end. This 45 is the factor we multiply the ratios with. Because we gave the value of the girls in algebraic form. We said let the value of the girls be 5p and let the value of the boys be 6p. So now that it said how many pupils of this school were boys, and this is the value for boys. Since the value for boys is 6p, that's 6 times p, and I have gotten my value for p, which is 45. I'll just do 6 times 45, and that will give me 270. 6 times 45 is 270. So I have 270 boys in that school. So that's just it. Very simple.